We all love to hate a really good antagonist. At the same time, I think we could all agree that a badly written antagonist ruins the story. But what exactly is the #1 worst thing you can do when writing an antagonist? That's exactly what we're talking about today, so be sure to stick around to learn more. Let's get started! Hey guys, Nour here, and welcome back to my channel. For those visiting for the first time, hello, I'm the fantasy author of the novel Divinity Falling. Be sure to subscribe for weekly writing advice videos. Have you ever started reading a great story only to be disappointed by the antagonist? Everything else can be great about the story. Even the antagonist can be well-rounded and intriguing, and full of strengths and weaknesses, and a motive that makes us understand why they are the way they are, even if we don't condone what they do. But when it comes down to carrying out some evil deed, the writer just chickens out and leaves the antagonist looking wimpy. What do I mean exactly? Well, I'm talking about antagonists that are described as truly evil and terrifying. But when they come face to face with a protagonist, they just lose their bite. The antagonist doesn't do any of the big scary things we've been led to think they will do. You know, the things we know they should be capable of. And the protagonist gets to walk away scratch-free. This right here is the worst thing you could do when writing an antagonist. It makes us feel like we've been lied to. I don't care how much you love your main characters, your story will suck if you don't hurt them. They cannot be all-powerful all the time. The antagonist must win the small battles for your story to be exciting. And for that reason, they must hurt the main character one way or another. I've seen so many writers chicken out when they get to this point in their story. They get here and they just solve the problem so quickly, defeating the antagonist before the reader has time to process what happened. This is boring and outright disappointing. We read stories to feel that climax. We want to panic and get riled up and maybe even get upset. That's what makes stories fun. Getting rid of the antagonist in 3, 2, 1 is lame. For example, if our antagonist is a serial killer, we would expect them to have no reservations about killing our protagonist. But now, if they come face to face and the antagonist hesitates because the protagonist pleads for their life, and the protagonist then beats the life out of the antagonist, we'd surely be disappointed. The protagonist should have at least gotten a little bit hurt before escaping. There are so many scenarios where the antagonist and protagonist come face to face, and no matter what the case is, the protagonist shouldn't walk away unfazed. Even if nothing happens to your protagonist physically, something should happen. For instance, the antagonist can harm the main character's mental or emotional being. They can even harm someone they love or destroy something they hold dear, such as the only photo they have of their dead lover. There are so many ways to torture the protagonist without physically laying a finger on them. But no matter what, you must hurt your dear characters. And if you can't do that, then you're not behaving as a real writer should. One trick to hurting your main characters when you don't want to is to write a scene without them getting hurt. Then go back and revise the scene, this time hurting them. That's actually the method I use in my stories, and it makes the act of hurting my characters more tolerable. So that's all I have for you today. I'd love to know, do you love or hate making your antagonist hurt other characters? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I put out weekly writing advice videos that will take your story to the next level. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media to see what I'm up to from day to day and to chat with me. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne and Alan J. Early from my shout outs here over on Patreon, as well as all my amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And remember, Nour for president!